Why would a cat chew on this? Why do I ask any questions involving cats? I don't know. It's Spotify Satsun Mun. It's the Mun part of it, so let's get to the Mun part of it with 20 songs to possibly hit your ears. But if you're like, I don't have time to listen to all 98 of those, Russ, just kind of, you listen to them and then you tell me in a video what they sound like. And I'm like, I can do that. And I'd be like, can you pay me for that? And you're like, yeah, why don't you just start with this and we'll work up to that. Well, okay. Up next, start things off with Maude Latour and Furniture. I honestly say I have not heard many songs called Furniture. You know, like I said, I don't remember hearing a song called Furniture before, but this is a good first one. Wow. This goes into the file. Of course, we're going, meh, okay, this week. And this is an for sure. Oh, I'm very excited about this next one. It's Chloe and Halle. The last time we had them on, they were not, didn't quite live up to my expectations. We'll see if they can on this track called Do It. This goes in the O file, but I think Chloe and Halle might suffer eventually from the same fate as the Joe Bros, because we got to know them young. As they're slowly easing into some more mature music, it's maybe a little jarring, I don't know. Oh my goodness, we have another song featuring Brandy this week. This one by James. It's called Plan B. Okay, good news. It's not about the Plan B pill. It is about James being Brandy's Plan B if Plan A doesn't work out. I remember when I used to tell ladies I'd be their Plan B. That was more like their Plan Z, really. Or their plan, yeah, that's not going to happen. Anyway, yeah, it's meh. Up next, Stephen Puth, related to Charlie maybe, and Watching You Walk Away. I have an up-tempo song. I think this actually might be Charlie Puth's brother. I'm not sure if it is or not, but it sounds like it might be. Also, the song reminds me of that whole, how's it go? I'd like to see you, I don't like to see you go, but I love watching you leave. It's referring to butts. You know what I mean? Anyway. I may have said too much. Up next, Gavin James with Boxes. Boy. This is like, you see a kid walking on one of those curbs. Or I guess I was doing it last night too. You're not sure if they're going to tip over to the left or tip over to the right. This is like tipping between meh and oh. And it just lost its balance a little into the meh. Up next, Jason Isbell on the 400 unit and Letting You Go. Not gonna lie, expecting this to be really good. I like this. I don't like that Jason Isbell is making some of the most authentic country music that nobody listens to. But, you know, he wins Grammys. Funny story about Jason Isbell. He was called up by the people who make The Voice and asked to be a contestant because they were looking for people who were, you know, had some experience just to throw the judges off and maybe weren't known to people, even though he's released tons of albums and won Grammy Awards. He thought about doing it just to mess with them, but in the end he kind of told him to take a long walk off a short pier. Up next, Chase Rice with Break Up Drunk. And we go from actual country music to what people think country music is nowadays. Norm Schnacky up next with Comeback. I'll have to call it a comeback because that's the name of the song. What I just said about the last song for this song. Up next, Anthony Russo and Nobody to Love. Well, it's a song. It's very ordinary. It's one of those songs that sounds kind of like other songs you've heard, but doesn't sound like any specific song you've heard. If that makes any sense. Up next, 495 by IDK, Young Manny, Rico Nasty, Big Flock, Big Jam, and, I don't know, cast of Hamilton, for all I know. This was going to go into the meh, but then the Rico Nasty part hit, and I'm like, alright, you get to be an O just because of Rico Nasty. So, well done picking Rico Nasty to be on your song. Up next, Kamaiyah and Project Baby. This song could have used some Rico Nasty on it. Up next, Jonah Mutono and Spare. This is one of those songs that makes you think it's building up to a chorus that's just going to punch you right in the face. But then it rolls a one and it just kind of lightly brushes your shoulder. You're uncomfortable. Deante Hitchcock and Young Nutty right there with Attitude. This is a rap song that rhymes attitude and latitude. KHEA and Azan up next with Creoque. I have a feeling this song makes a similar rap but in Spanish. Up next, Kid Bloom with Wounded Surrounded. This song's kind of an O, but it reminds me of a conversation we had in the car the other day because my 7-year-old and my 9-year-old, they're both my daughters. One son's older, one son's younger. But anyway, my 2 daughters saw a dude walking without a shirt on, and this became a whole conversation about why it's okay for guys to do that but not girls. So that happened. I mean, how do you explain that, really? I mean, when they ask you that, you're like, well, luckily my wife handled it, and she was only, mildly tipsy. I was driving, so you all know. But, she'd had a few drinks, so that didn't really help. Up next, Harry Hudson with Give Up On Us. So the album cover is a guy watering an orange tree. That's about as interesting as the song. RIMON and Denzel Curry up next with Got My Back. Did I, wake up early for Monday? Because this sure sounds like a Sunday playlist. This is also rather on the side. Oh, wait, I record these all the same day. So, no, that's not what happened. Up next, El Alfa with Raul Alejandro and Bielso. I don't know. What do you want from me? I'll get Duolingo and learn Spanish or something. Alright, I don't know what they're saying, but it's interesting. It's kind of cool sound effects, kind of a skittery beat. I'll take it. Up next, Justin Rarri and In the Beginning. Yeah, this isn't even anywhere close to the beginning of songs that sound like this. This would be maybe one of the appendices. Let's close it out with Bankroll Freddie and Quarantine Flow. Yeah, that was a mildly interesting song about quarantine, I guess. Sampling news reports at the beginning. I don't know. It was no less than 2 minutes, which any longer would have been too long. So that gets the O. So yeah, this was a rather unspectacular Monday. I don't know. That's a little weird. I can tell you, though, Tuesday is going to have a big finish. Because the last song I see on the list is, oh boy.